Hello everyone. Atma Namaste. Hello everyone. Atma Namaste. Welcome to another session on Life Simplified. So let's begin with our topic for today. And today we are going to talk about assumptions. Okay. So this topic actually, there is a very nice quote by Grandmaster Chokoksui where he says that assumptions are just guesses. And this is just one small line by Master, but it has so much of inner meaning to it. So I would repeat. So Master says assumptions are just guesses. So that is what we are going to talk about today. Okay, I request you to relax, sit back. So now what is the meaning of assumptions? Assumptions का meaning क्या होता है? So now in life, many times we all throughout the day, we are many times bombarded by informations, especially about this person, that person, sometimes lot of information through media, social media. बहुत सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन हमारे माइंड पर बॉम्बार्ड होती है, यू नो. इस लाइक आप देखेंगे कि दिन भर में हमारा जो माइंड होता है, या दोज हू नो अबाउट मेंटल बॉडी, हमारी जो मेंटल बॉडी होती है, वी आर ऑलमोस्ट एक्सपोज्ड और बॉम्बार्डेड विद सो मेनी थॉट्स एंड स्पेशली सो मच ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन. अब जब भी कोई इंफॉर्मेशन हमारे अंदर आती है, कभी कभी हम लोग क्या करते हैं, उसको अज्यूम कर लेते हैं कि ये इंफॉर्मेशन सही है, विदाउट वैलिडेटिंग, विदाउट चेकिंग. और उस इंफॉर्मेशन को अगर आप समझेंगे कि ये इंफॉर्मेशन सही है, देन यू मे एक्चुअली गेट इनटू सम एक्शन इन रिलेशन टू दैट इंफॉर्मेशन. तो अगर आप समझिए कि कोई इंफॉर्मेशन आपके पास आई है and then you have assumed that this information is accurate, या ये सही है, और अगर आप उसके ऊपर एक्ट कर देते हैं, then it can actually lead to a crazy disaster. Why disaster? Because that information is not the truth, may not be the truth. तो हम लोग का माइंड क्या करता है, उसे assume कर लेता है, and that is why assumptions can lead to lot of problems, especially in relationships. अब इसको रिलेशनशिप्स में समझते हैं कि इसे रिलेशनशिप्स में कैसे ये फंक्शन करता है. आई जस्ट टेल यू सम स्मॉल एग्जांपल्स ऑफ हाउ दिस एक्चुअली हैपेंस. नाउ सपोज देयर इज अ रिलेशनशिप, देयर इज अ फैमिली. समझ लीजिए कोई एक जॉइंट फैमिली है जहाँ पर 7-8 लोग रहते हैं या 10 मेंबर्स रहते हैं. ओके, नाउ सपोज one person has got some information about another family member that this person had said this about you, you know, जिसे हम लोग rumors बोलते हैं. Now, if somebody said that this person had said this about you, and if you just assume and if you think कि हाँ ये truth है without validating, तो क्या होगा, आपका माइंड जो है वो assumption मोड में चला जाएगा और assume करने लगेगा कि ओ वो ऐसा सोचा है, मतलब वो ऐसा ही सोचता है, मतलब वो ऐसा ही करेगा, मतलब वो ऐसा ही होने वाला है. So our mind sometimes connects dots, unnecessary dots, and assumes that this is the truth. But that truth जो हम माइंड में डाले हैं, that may or may not be the truth. मास्टर ग्रैंड मास्टर चौकॉक्स एक और बहुत अच्छा कोट भी बोलते हैं, where he says truth is dynamic, truth is dynamic. So ऐसा नहीं है. तो कभी कभी हम लोग क्या करते हैं, कुछ लोग भी हमारे लाइफ में होते हैं, तो हम लोग उनको you know, we kind of just assume that this person, say for example, is a bad person or this person is a good person. तो हम लोग उसको एक बास्केट में डाल देते हैं, या जैसे कि हम लोग ने एक सेशन में डिस्कस किया था, वी काइंड ऑफ लेबल देम एंड देन पुट देम इनटू अ बास्केट. बट दैट मे बी, यस, दैट लेबल माइट बी एक्यूरेट फॉर देम ओनली फॉर दैट इंसिडेंस. जरूरी नहीं है कि वो इंसान बाकी सारे इंसिडेंसेस में सेम तरीके से बिहेव करता है. दैट मे और मे नॉट बी द ट्रूथ, राइट? सो कमिंग बैक टू द assumptions are just guesses. So इसको हम लोग अपनी डे टू डे लाइफ में कैसे प्रैक्टिस करेंगे? So let us talk about mainly the practical part. इसे प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ में कैसे प्रैक्टिस करेंगे? So next time onwards or henceforth or in general, जितना हो सके, any information that comes to you, try to maybe validate it or check it. That is one way of not assuming कि जो information आ रही है वो सही है. Another thing which is very important is not to think, जब कोई कुछ बोल रहा है उसके बाद हमारा माइंड कुछ और क्रिएट कर देता है, यू नो. लाइक सपोज यू डोंट लाइक अ पर्सन, okay, maybe you don't have a good relationship with one person and you doubt the intentions of that person. सपोज वो इंसान कुछ बोला, अब जब वो बोला आपने मन में सोचा ओ उसने बोला है मतलब उसका यही इंटेंशन है इसके पीछे, right? Now, without having any proof on the intention of the person, if you start assuming that this person has this intention, वो यही चीज कर रहा है, then this is guesswork. और इस guesswork के पीछे, if you start taking actions, then it may unnecessarily bring negative karma into your system. Are you understanding this? Are you getting this? Okay, just give me, you can put your questions in the comment box if you want more clarity on this, right? So what we're trying to say is हमारा mind बहुत चीज communicate करता है. You know, when some information या something comes to us, some thought comes to us, उसके बाद हम लोग भी उस thought को respond करते हैं. Now, when we respond, if we respond with our assumptions, we start believing that yes, this is right, not giving it a benefit of doubt. हो सकता है कि आपको अंदर से लग रहा है कि हाँ ये इंसान का ये इंटेंशन गलत हो सकता है. One of the biggest assumption that we all do is doubting the motives or intentions of people without validating it, without checking it, or without having an open mind to give that person maybe another chance. हो सकता है कि उसका intention पिछला बार गड़बड़ होगा, but what about this time? Maybe this time it was different. But are we assuming कि last time ऐसा था तो इस बार भी ऐसा होगा, or are we giving it a chance, or are we just guessing कि this time also it is like that and acting upon it? तो guesswork पे जब हम लोग act करते हैं तो the repercussions are two. One is you will struggle or you will have to face some problem related to it. Second, guesswork के ऊपर act करने से you will obviously have relationship issues because you are acting upon some assumption which is not even truth. Now, assumption जब एक इंसान से शुरू होता है, धीरे धीरे लोग क्या करते हैं, कभी कभी उस assumption को या उस rumor को जो आपके दिमाग में एक guesswork है, उसको 10 लोग में और spread कर देते हैं. जब उसे 10 लोग में और spread कर देते हैं, so then that assumption which was just a guess starts becoming a reality in many people's minds, which again is not the truth. And that negative karma comes to the person who created it, who kind of created it, right? So yes, so there is a question on the comment box. How do we validate that what is right? Yes, how do we validate? Now, the thing is, the validation, you have to have an open mind. हम लोग का mind जो है ये बहुत ही it is a very beautiful device and a very high caliber device given to us by God, of course. So like for example, आपके पास कोई information आया, if you are not sure that it is right or you are not sure that it is wrong, have an open mind. जैसे ही हम लोग फिक्स कर देते हैं ना in our mind, जैसे हम लोग ये शब्द बोलते हैं, oh it is like this or this is what it is, sometimes people come to a conclusion very fast. क्यों? क्योंकि हम लोग माइंड को होल्ड नहीं कर पाते हैं कुछ समय तक कि ओके मे बी इट इज राइट, मे बी इट इज रॉन्ग, एंड यू आर इन अ पार्शियल स्टेज एंड यू अलाउ योर माइंड एंड अलाउ योर सेल्फ टू गेट मोर इन्फॉर्मेशन विच द यूनिवर्स विल अमेजिंगली गिव यू. यूनिवर्स आपको वो देगा, बट जैसे आप दिमाग में फिक्स कर लेते हैं इट इज लाइक दिस पीरियड, मतलब कहीं ना कहीं आपका माइंड आपने क्लोज कर दिया, राइट? सो यू हैव काइंड ऑफ क्लोज्ड योर माइंड, राइट? So the thing is, let me tell you once again to get more clarity on this. Like some information comes in, it is all happening in your mind, ठीक है? या आप किसी के बारे में कुछ सोच रहे हैं. Now आपके पास किसी के बारे में समझ लीजिए कुछ negative information आया कि you know what, your family member or your husband or your wife has been doing this, या हो सकता है कि आपके ऑफिस में कोई टीम प्लेयर के बारे में किसी ने complain कर दी. You get a complain about someone. Now when that information comes, hold it. Don't come to the conclusion immediately. आप जैसे ही बोलेंगे ओ ये इंसान ऐसा है, ओ पिछला बार भी ऐसा कुछ हुआ था, ये भी हुआ था, 2-3 लोग बोल रहे हैं, and then immediately you fix it in your mind, this person is like this. That means what was an assumption, you are guessing that this could be this, and then जैसे ही आप अपने माइंड में या अपने आप को बोलते हैं कि हाँ ये चीज ऐसी है, this means you have closed your mind towards that subject. So don't close your mind until you are 100% sure of what is right and what is wrong. जब तक आप 100% sure नहीं होते हैं, हमारी ड्यूटी यही बनती है कि हम लोग अपने माइंड को ओपन रखें. So if an information comes, you can say, okay, let me take it. There is one term which Grandmaster uses, I really like it. Take it as a temporary truth. Take it as a temporary truth. So you get an information, but you are not being able to come to any conclusion. You're not even sure about it. So don't do guesswork. Hold. And whatever information has come, tell your mind that it is temporary truth. I'm willing to explore more truths. But जैसे ही आप आपके माइंड को बोलोगे this is it, तो माइंड क्या हो जाता है? Close हो जाता है. And when my mind is closed over assumptions, it will take us time to come out of it. It will take us maybe a lot of time to come out of it because the mind is already being closed. It is closed. So when some information comes, don't close it. You keep it open and you mentally tell yourself that maybe ये एक temporary truth है. Let me observe. Let me hold. Let me observe. So this is one way of keeping an open mind. So you observe, you experiment, you test. When you are 100% sure, then you can close it, fix it, because then you're sure. Now it is no more a guess, but it is tried and tested. Tried and tested. This is what people do in science, but we also could do this with people. जैसे suppose आपको किसी के बारे में किसी ने कुछ बोल दिया. This happens a lot. Say somebody complains about someone. It could be a complaint against your child also. कभी कभी हम लोग अपने बच्चे से इतने ज़्यादा अटैच होते हैं. सपोज आपके स्कूल से आपके बच्चे के बारे में कोई कंप्लेन आ गई. Now, if you're assuming कि हाँ मेरा बच्चा तो ये किया ही होगा, ये किया होगा, and without checking, without validating, without having an open mind, you already fix your mind and close it and tell, yes, this is how it could be, and this ये ऐसा हो रहा है, मतलब मेरा बच्चा बिगड़ रहा है, ये हो रहा है, वो हो रहा है, and you blasted your child. Now, if that happens, based on that assumption, you guessed 10 more things, and then you blasted or shouted at your child. So obviously your child will wonder why. Have you heard sometimes your child coming and telling you, you are not understanding me, you're not trying to understand what I'm trying to say or what I'm doing, you are misunderstanding. So misunderstandings जो होती है वो इसी की वजह से आती है. There is some complaint that comes and then you fix it, it is like this, and maybe add some more guessworks to it, and that's how it happens. Like, let me give you a small example. Why I shared my child's example. It happened once with my child. So my daughter, she was, one morning when I saw her, there was this online school happening and she was over her phone. So this was one information that came up to me, okay? So I told her, no, you cannot use your phone during your online class. Then later on in the evening, I get to hear from someone else that my daughter was not paying attention in the class, for example, like this. So now already my mind is fixed that maybe she is not paying attention in the class, or she's not handling the online class properly, or she's not giving attention in the online classes. So in a normal case, I would have just gone and blasted upon something like this. So I thought, no, maybe let me have an open mind, let me speak to her. So without speaking to that person face to face, if you come to a conclusion, it can create a lot of issues. So it's always good to have a check directly with that person. So I went and spoke to her. I said, are you not feeling excited enough about online classes? How is it moving? What is happening? And when I was talking to her, she openly said that, yesterday I was feeling a little unwell. So yesterday's classes I could not attend properly. And when I again checked, the two informations which I got was connected to the yesterday's class. So then I just realized that had it been a normal place, I would have said, no, you never attend, you do this, you do that. So that becomes guesswork. So when you go a little deeper, have an open mind, and always give an opportunity to the other person also to express himself or to express herself, then you are not doing guesswork, and it can actually heal many relationships. Like for example, suppose आपका कोई आप ऑफिस चलाते हैं, आपके ऑफिस में 10-12 लोग काम करते हैं. अब एक एम्प्लॉय जो है वो दूसरे एम्प्लॉय के बारे में आकर के आपको कंप्लेन कर दिया कि मैम व्हाट दिस पर्सन इज डूइंग दिस. ओके, नाउ इमीडिएटली आपका माइंड क्या करता है? डॉट कनेक्ट करने की कोशिश करता है. ओ दिस पर्सन इज डूइंग दिस, या दैट डे आल्सो आई सॉ दिस पर्सन डूइंग दिस, एंड देन इमीडिएटली इफ यू फिक्स यस दिस पर्सन इज like that, then it becomes a guess without completely validating or checking. It's like आप देखेंगे अपने माइंड का आदत होता है, जब भी कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन आती है आप दिमाग में सोचते हैं डिड आई सी दिस, एंड देन इफ यू सॉ इट समवेयर इमीडिएटली यू कनेक्ट द डॉट एंड क्लोज द माइंड. तो हम लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं कि उस समय माइंड को क्लोज मत करिए, कीप इट ओपन एंड ऑलवेज हैव वन डायरेक्ट कॉन्टैक्ट, one direct communication with that person before you form a conclusion in your head. Otherwise, people will feel that you are not understanding them or you are not understanding their point of view. So then you hold this information, you hold it, and what can you do? You take it as a temporary truth. Okay. Now, if you like, go and talk to that person direct. You know what? How is this happening? What is happening? Is this okay? क्या ऐसा कुछ हो रहा है? डेफिनेटली टेक दैट पर्सन्स पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. अगर आप एक ही इंसान के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू पे आप अज्यूम करके माइंड को क्लोज कर देंगे विदाउट टेकिंग इनटू कंसिडरेशन द अदर पर्सन्स पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, देन इट कैन लीड टू रिलेशनशिप प्रॉब्लम्स. It can lead to relationship problems, and more than that, it can also lead to a feeling that people around you will not trust you much because they will feel that you don't understand them well. So if you want to create more harmony and more understanding, especially with people around, अगर आपके पास कोई भी complaint, कोई भी information, कोई भी चीज़ एक जगह से आती है, always validate it, check it with the other person before you close your mind. उसके पहले ही आप fix कर देंगे, stamp लगा देंगे कि it is like this, you are going to miss an opportunity and you might have relationship problems, or people might find you kind of biased, or they might find you partial. You know, लोग ये सब comments आपकी तरफ में pass कर सकते हैं. So you try to do this with your family, with your children, in your office, everywhere. So the steps are like this. Step 1, any negative information comes to you, or maybe a complaint which comes to you, then what will you do? Step 2, information comes to you. Step 2, take it as a temporary truth. Don't tell yourself that, oh, it is like this. That is closed mind. The information came, take it as a temporary truth, hold on to it, and validate it. The universe will give you some more signals. And if it is important, have one round of conversation with that person direct. And then you may get another point of view. Rather than assuming just one point of view, you may see another point of view. And then after that, you can come to a conclusion with validation, without assumptions, and not guessing, not doing guesswork कि बस ये ऐसे ही है, ये ऐसा ही है. Alright? So that is it for today. I will see you again on Sunday. So thank you very much for joining in. Stay tuned and let us keep our life simplified. Atma Namaste.